whomsoever spend two things, and he didn't specify, two things, for the sake of Allah. For the sake of Allah, the angels of the Jannah will invite him to come from any door he wants. You're going to bed. Two good deeds. Simple. I'll make wudu before I go to bed. And as I go to bed, I sleep on my right side. Two good deeds. And I did it for the sake of Allah. The angels constantly. Another thing that will strengthen my Iman, which I said it in the beginning, is spend some time daily, preferably, seeking knowledge. Read something about him, about his book, about this Islam. Listen, get involved in classes, register, get daily, as we always were taught, daily diet of knowledge. I'll give you an example. We as physicians living in the United States, and those of you physicians listening to me, you know something called continuous education. CME we call it, continuous medical education, meaning every year, to continue practice medicine, I have to do certain hours of continuous medical education, meaning I have to study, I have to review, I have to keep myself updated. Otherwise, they will not give me my license. And it depends, where do you live? It depends how many hours they need. Requirement, we all do it. Do we like it? No, but we have to do it. That's for life. That's for dunya. Where is my continuous medical education with Allah? I need that. I need my continuous medical education. Whatever I know to review, and a lot I don't know, I need to know. So number 3, the more you are learning, the more you want to learn, the stronger is your Iman. That's the sign. And the more you learn, the stronger your Iman will be. I'm going to spend the last 15 minutes about something that's very important, which is good deeds. Good deeds. The stronger my Iman, I'm going to go and do more good deeds. And I don't want you to think of good deeds, just a few that you're going to think of salah and you're going to think of siyam, praying or fasting. We're going to talk about every good deed in general. But the stronger my Iman, the more I am willing and want to do good deeds. And interestingly, the more I do good deeds, even if I don't think I am very strong, my Iman will be stronger. And when you look at the good deeds, I want you to think of the following points in the good deeds. So look at these. Number one in the good deeds is constant. Al-Addawan, they say, do it constantly. And constantly is not only in Ramadan, I finish Quran, which we all do. It needs to be constant. And that's why Rasul ﷺ said something, the meaning of أحب الأعمال إلى الله أدومها وإن قل. The most beloved deed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. A good deed that you do constantly, even if it was little. Listen to this. Constantly, even if it was little. So go back to what I said in the beginning. 10 minutes, that's little. 10 minutes from 24 hours of reading Quran is a good deed. 10 minutes continuously daily will strengthen my Iman, get my relationship close to Allah, and He loves that I do it constantly. So good deed, I do constant. Number 2, also in a good deed, do different ones, because we get bored by nature. And this is actually one of the beautiful things the scholars teaches us. Why did Allah make that many options? Many options of good deeds. If you are looking at acts of worship, you can have salah. Even salah, you have many kinds. You have obligations, you have recommended, you have morning, you have evening, you have options. So fasting, the same thing. Then you have good deeds, pleasing your parents, obeying your parents, taking care of your neighbor, smiling in the face of your brother, removing the harm from the path or from the road, spending money, helping someone, taking care of an orphan, reading Quran, understanding Quran, teaching Quran, memorizing. You have so many things. And you know why? Because we human beings by nature, we get bored. Have you seen a child, 2, 3 years old? You get them something, they get very interested in it. After 5 minutes or 10 minutes, they throw it away. They get bored. And we all go through this. We're so excited about something we're going to buy. We buy it, we're looking for it. After a day, a 2, a week, a month, a year, becomes natural. So good deeds, constant, change them, move away, move from one to the other so you don't get bored. And I'll share with you a beautiful hadith of Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam. And he said, Jannah Jannah has many doors. Each door has a name. And the most famous door, inshallah, all of us know is the door of fasting. And it has a name, Ar-Rayyan. But the hadith, and I'm going to read it to you, Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam said, Man anfaqa zawjayn fi sabilillah. Whosoever spend two things. And he didn't specify. Two things. For the sake of Allah. For the sake of Allah. The angels of the Jannah will invite him to come from any door he wants. Pair of a good deed. Pair of a good deed. Example. You're going to bed. Two good deeds. Simple. I'll make wudu before I go to bed. And as I go to bed, I sleep on my right side. Two good deeds. And I did it for the sake of Allah. The angels constantly, these are little, constantly, angels will call me, invite me to come enter Jannah. There's a door for salah, door for fasting, door for charity. Change it, change it. Like, subhanallah, when we eat, we don't eat the same food every single day because we'll get bored, right? So somebody will say, well, okay, do you want to cook fish? Well, we ate fish yesterday. So we change it. And Allah knows, He created us, so He knows us. So change it. And Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam, one day in the morning, he said, in this hadith, he said, who woke up this morning fasting? Sayyidina Abu Bakr said, I am. And he said, who this morning followed a janazah? I did. A herd of a dead person. He said, I did. And he said, who spent for the sake of Allah today? Sayyidina Abu Bakr, he said, I did. Who visited a sick person? Sayyidina Abu Bakr said, I did. Why did he ask this question? Because changing will give me options. And sometimes I can do this, but I can do that. And it will remove the boredom from me, open the opportunities, and I will keep constantly doing a good deed. So for good deeds, minimum but constant. That doesn't mean only minimum, but even if they are little, don't belittle them. Even if they are little, do them daily. Enter your car every day and say astaghfirullah. Every day. Constant. Open the door as you are entering your home and say bismillah. Little, but daily. 2, change continuously. Move from one to the other. Number 3, make up what you miss, not from the obligations, but even from the extras. Normally, I say Bismillah when I enter the house. I forgot. So when I get to my room, I say Bismillah. And the Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam practiced that actually. So he was seen praying after Asr, 2 rak'at. And he was asked, why ya Rasulullah? After Asr, 2 rak'at. And this actually, the daughter of bint Abi Umayyah, which is Hind, she asked him, Sayyidah Hind, he prayed 2 rak'at after Asr. And he said, Ya Rasulullah, you're praying 2 rak'at after Asr. There is no rak'at after Asr. He said, I had guests and I was busy with them, so I didn't do the 2 after Dhuhr. I'm making them up. It's not an obligation. It's extras. It's extras. But again, we're looking at increasing my Iman. Increasing my Iman. You normally wake up after Fajr, especially these days before Fajr, and you do 1 rak'ah or 2 rak'at. And that day you overslept and you woke up and it is already Fajr. Make it up. And there's also a hadith of Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam where he said, Man fatahu qiyamul layl. And actually, he said, whomsoever missed qiyamul layl because of sleeping or because he was sick, right? Actually, he, alayhi salatu wasalam, if he missed the night salah because he was sick or because he slept, he will make it up by doing 12 rak'at during the day. So what I'm trying to say today, number 3, to keep my Iman strong, good deeds. Good deeds. Be a hunter. This is what I say to myself. Be a hunter of good deeds. Any opportunity around you to do a good deed, do it. Do it. Don't belittle it. Don't say, what is the big deal? In front of Allah, it is a big deal. Al-hasana bi'ashrati amthaliha. Every good deed is 10 times. So number 1, do it constantly. Change. In case you get bored, do differently. Number 3, do it quickly, immediately. Don't wait. Don't wait. And Allah said, سَارِعُوا إِلَى مَغْفِرَةٍ مِّن رَبِّكُمْ. Rush to forgiveness of Allah. سَابِقُوا in another verse. Run to it. Don't say, I'll do it tomorrow. Do it today, this moment, because shaitan will come and will make us forget. So good deeds, do it constantly, even if it's little. Change them so you don't get bored, and that will keep my iman strong. And number three, do it immediately. Don't delay it. Don't delay it. 4, which is one of the main problems we have, is we get lazy. I don't feel motivated. We need, maybe for a week, maybe 10 days, maybe even less or more. You know what we need to do? Struggle. Force yourself. Meaning, look at your children, all right? Does your child wants to study? No. Does your child wants always to play? Yes. So when your son, daughter has tomorrow an exam and they are playing, what do you tell them? You need to get up. He will say, I don't like it. You will say, it doesn't matter. You need to do it. You have an exam tomorrow. Say this to yourself. To me, I say this to myself. There's a big exam tomorrow. And the big exam is the private interview with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, where I'm going to stand in front of Him. And I better have the answers ready. I need to remind myself of this. Struggle to do the good deed. Struggle. I'll fail, but get up and do it. And the more you struggle for Allah, Allah will make it easy. Subhanah. And Allah said this at the end of Surah Al-Ankabut, the spider. وَالَّذِينَ جَاهَدُوا فِينَا لَنَهْدِيَنَّهُمْ سُبُلَنَا وَإِنَّ اللَّهَ لَمَعَ الْمُحْسِنِينَ. Those who struggle for our sake. So when I want to fast tomorrow, something in me says, come on, it's very short days. Maghrib is 10 minutes to 5, as if you missed your lunch at work. But then in me, another voice will say, but it is not obligation. I love my morning breakfast. I need to struggle to quiet this part of me. What will help me? Remember, وَالَّذِينَ جَاهَدُوا فِينَا. Those who struggle for our sake. So I'm struggling. Why? For Allah. What will happen? لَنَهْدِيَنَّهُمْ سُبُلَنَا. We will make their path easy toward us. We will guide them to our path. He will make it easy. He will make the fasting easy. He will make me wake up before Fajr for 30 minutes and I will have enough time to eat my breakfast. He will make me not hungry. He will make me something that's like, oh, subhanallah, it's Maghrib. What happened? He made it. So struggle, work, little bit, little by little, and ask Allah to make it easy. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make it easy. Good deeds. Last point that we really need, that helps me in increasing my iman, getting closer to Allah, and this needs to be also constant. Remember death. Remember death. Al-Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam said it. أكثروا من ذكر هذه اللذات. Remember the destroyer of joy in abundant way. Remember the destroyer of the joy abundantly. And I'll give you an example. Why death is the destroyer of the joy. Have you ever attended a funeral? Or maybe have you ever washed a body of a dead person? When you leave the funeral or you followed the dead person and you watch them digging the grave and putting the dead person in the grave and putting the dirt on over him or her. When you leave the graveyard, what is the feeling? Are you interested in this or that? Will you get upset because you didn't get this or that? Usually the answer is no. So that's what he was saying. أكثروا, remember, plenty remembrance, abundantly remember the death, because it will take me away from what is taking me away from Allah. Death, when I remember death, I remember I'm going to be alone in the grave and He will ask me. That means this is not permanent. This life that I'm so busy and running around is not permanent. This will make me less attached and less busy with this and that, spending my time on social media, or she dressed that, or she has this invitation and he bought this car and that house. But then when I remember death, immediately in me will say, I'm not taking any of this with me. Let's work on what I will take with me. And I will end up with this. It's a beautiful saying to a righteous person. He said, Al-Aqil, the wise person. Man taraka ad-dunya qabla an tatrukaha. The wise person is the person who left life, who left dunya, who left this life before life leaves him. وعمر قبره قبل أن يدخله, flourished and furnished his or her grave before she or he enters it. And look at the third one. وأرضى مولاه قبل أن يلقاه, and he pleased his Lord or her Lord before she or he meets him. The wise person, the person who leaves life before life leaves him. Let's spend less time collecting, working hard for this life. Less time. I'm not saying don't. Less time. Let's furnish our grave that we are going to be living in it much longer than here. Much longer here. قال كم لبثتم في الأرض عدد سنين قالوا لبثنا يوما أو بعض يوم فاسأل العادين. Allah said this in Surah Al-Mu'minun. Ask them how long you lived on this earth, and they will respond, that's there. We lived a day or two. Ask those who are counting. Let's not spend so much on something we are leaving. Leave it before it leaves you. Furnish the grave. That's my abode. Allah, no, not abode, but a long time in it. And please the Lord, our Lord and mine, Rabbi and Rabbakum, before we meet him. Ya Rabbi, Ameen. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for all of us that you are listening, all of us, all the Muslims, Ya Rabbi, Ameen, increase our Iman. And all the non-Muslims, Ya Allah, guide them like you guided us. Ya Allah, keep us on your straight path. Ya Rabbi, Ameen. Ya Allah, forgive our shortcomings. Ya Allah, make us strong. Ya Allah, show us truth as truth and help us to follow it, and shows us falsehood as falsehood and keep us away from it. Ya Allah, make us of those who listen to the word of admonition and listen and follow the best. And I seek refuge in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that I remind you of something that I don't do. Ya Rabbi, Ameen. Jazakum Allahu khairan. Subhanak Allahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant. Astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Sallallahu ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa ashabi tasliman kathira. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.